From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, I'm Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Tuesday, July 25th. The warm-up continues with the potential for spotty rain and storms during the afternoon and evening hours, but not necessarily very widespread at all. Highs in the upper 80s to low 90s with the heat index values approaching the mid-90s. An investigation is underway in Shelby County over a fight at a youth basketball game targeting the referee. It was all caught on camera and is raising concern about the treatment of sports officials. It happened Sunday at Triton Central High School. It was during a travel basketball game. Moments after the referees called the game with 10 minutes to go, things got heated and a referee got hit. Randy Lane sent us the video. You can find it right now at wishtv.com. But as far as what happens, he says he took it during the Indiana U.S. Amateur Basketball Tournament called the Next Level Classic. His daughter was playing for a team from Kentucky when he says the opposing team, the Cincinnati Indians Elite, started making comments to the referees and his daughter's team.
Girls were threatening, saying, hey, why don't you meet me in the parking lot? Some parents were also, during a basketball play was hollering, don't let her do that to you, F her up. I mean, just getting real chippy. I was shocked. Naturally I started recording. I didn't think, I'd never witnessed anything like that. You never think that it's going to get that. It's a game. It's just a game.
The situation is raising concerns about how youth sports referees are treated during games. The president of the Indiana Officials Association says this type of behavior is on the rise.
Very disturbing and needs to be controlled. It's getting worse and worse. And it's not only basketball, it's baseball, other sports too.
Kevin Lewis says parents are often part of the problem, getting in verbal or physical fights with officials or allowing their children to be out of line. The group is trying to make it a felony whenever an official is attacked or verbally harassed. As for this case, it's not clear what will happen to the Cincinnati team. News 8 reached out to the organizers of the tournament for a comment, but as of last night, we hadn't heard back. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office also says as of yesterday, it hadn't made any arrests. From my teammate, a former Purdue basketball star can start throwing parties again at his home in Indianapolis if he makes changes. Neighbors in the Harrison Run neighborhood sued A.J. Hammonds in May, saying his bashes were too loud, too long, and often violent, with gunshots and more. The judge in the case ruled Monday that Hammonds can hold parties again with several restrictions. He must hire security if more than 25 people pay to attend. They must check revelers for weapons. The parties have to end by 1 a.m, and several other precautions must be in place. iTeammate is also pressing for answers about a persistent pothole that appears to be hurting business. It's at East Washington Street and Forest Avenue. Our team has reported on it at least 3 times this year. Those who live and work along that stretch say they've had to find other ways to go and that some delivery drivers refuse to deal with it. Someone last summer paid to have tons of gravel dumped into the hole. City crews then did a larger repair later, but it didn't last long. iTeammate has reached out to DPW, which says it's looking into the problem. IMPD says the victim critically wounded in an East Side shooting is 18 years old. We first told you about the shooting at the Arborstone Apartments yesterday. It's near 38th and Post. As we reported, police say officers detained 3 people. They now say all 3 face charges, but none are connected to the shooting. IMPD is now asking for the public's help to figure out what exactly happened. A Republican running for governor says he would eliminate the state's Office of Equity, Inclusion, and Opportunity. Former Indiana Attorney General Curtis Hill announced the plan yesterday. He had previously stated he would get rid of unnecessary programs within the executive branch when he launched his campaign earlier this month. The office was created in 2020 amid the nationwide racial injustice protests sparked by the murder of George Floyd. Hill says it never had a clear mission. The vice president of NAACP's Indianapolis chapter says Hill's announcement is pandering to the far right. He says the office has already proven crucial in several ways, and other existing programs do not replicate what the office does. In Colts Watch, players report to training camp today, and the team's prized rookie has his contract. Anthony Richardson and the Colts have agreed to a 4-year deal worth just shy of $34 million, as first reported by ESPN. The agreement includes a signing bonus of nearly $22 million. Indianapolis International Airport landed another honor. Travel and Leisure magazine ranks IND second best domestic airport in the world's best awards. It trails only a regional airport in Massachusetts. Earlier this year, the Airports Council International named Indianapolis the best airport in North America for the 11th straight year. The Justice Department is suing Texas Governor Greg Abbott over a floating barrier in the Rio Grande. It's a line of bright orange buoys, and it's meant to prevent people from crossing from Mexico into Texas. Federal prosecutors filed the lawsuit yesterday, asking the court to force Texas to remove the buoys, citing humanitarian and environmental concerns. In anticipation of the lawsuit, Abbott sent a letter to the president defending the state's right to install the barrier. He also accused Biden of putting migrants at risk by not doing more to deter them from making the journey. Abbott wrote, "Texas will see you in court, Mr. President." The lead prosecutor in the case against Hunter Biden says he's willing to testify publicly in front of Congress. The Justice Department sent a letter to the House Judiciary Committee yesterday, offering to have U.S. Attorney David Weiss testify about claims of improper interference in the case. 2 IRS agents who worked the case have accused the Justice Department of giving the president's son special treatment. The Justice Department denies the claim and says it is strongly in the public interest for Weiss to testify. Hunter Biden is set to plead guilty tomorrow to federal tax offenses. An Alabama woman is now apologizing for fabricating a kidnapping in a story that garnered national attention. Earlier this month, Carly Russell claimed she'd seen a toddler on the side of the road, stopped to check on the child, and then was kidnapped. Police say she could now face charges. The confession comes 5 days after police casted doubt on Russell's story. She disappeared on July 13th and returned home 2 days later, claiming she'd been abducted. Police say they're still trying to figure out where she was during those 2 days. Northwestern University faces 2 new lawsuits over hazing. A former women's volleyball player claims coaches and teammates retaliated against her when she reported mistreatment. The suit says coaches told team captains to pick her punishment and made her run suicide sprints and dive at each line. Former quarterback Lloyd Yates is also suing, alleging sexual abuse by teammates and racially charged comments from coaches. The Spotify Billions Club has 2 new members. Spotify says yesterday Taylor Swift's Anti-Hero and Britney Spears' Toxic both hit 1 billion streams since they were released. Other recent additions include Effecto by Bad Bunny, See You Again by Tyler, the Creator, and Dancing Queen by ABBA. Drake was first to reach 1 billion streams with One Stance 7 years ago. To business headlines, the Federal Reserve will likely signal it is not done hiking interest rates. The board begins a 2-day meeting today and will announce their decision tomorrow afternoon. Analysts at Gas Buddy says high temperatures could drive up gas prices. They say high temps can increase tropical storm activity, resulting in inflated costs. But it also could lead to less travel, and that would reduce demand and prices for gas. The average parent will spend $489 on school supplies this year. The new research suggests a survey of 2,000 parents with school-age kids found half plan to save as much money as possible by buying school supplies earlier than usual, while 45% will turn to meal prepping and planning. Conducted by OnePoll on behalf of Stasher, the survey also found budget-conscious parents will get creative with meal prep. 44% will revamp leftovers for the next day's lunch. The price of Spotify Premium is increasing in the U.S. The subscription will now cost $10.99 a month. The price of the duo and family subscriptions are also going up. Spotify's increase isn't entirely unexpected, considering every other major music streaming service has announced a price increase in recent months. Americans are getting more price sensitive, and that's hitting the pool industry. Other factors such as abnormal weather and leftover supplies from past seasons have decelerated an industry that enjoyed a robust COVID boom. Pool products retailer Leslie's, for example, has seen its stock plunge more than 41% over the last month. The company cut its profit outlook for the year. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.